Christ is risen. Truly he is risen. Today I would like to talk about love notes. Here's one that my husband wrote me when we were dating or courting at seminary. I had to speak in the chapel and I was nervous, and he wrote me a little encouraging note. And this is a little note from a good friend of mine from seminary, and she had sent me a note saying that she missed our talks and our times together during the Lenten seasons at seminary. This is one from my mom, a birthday card she wrote me one year. Sometimes I take it out and look at it. It reminds me of how much she loves me. And these notes are special to me because they're from people that I know love me. And sometimes we need to be reminded that we're loved, and it just helps everything that might be hard in life feel a lot better when we can feel those wonderful, encouraging messages that our loved ones have given us over time. And in this book, written by Father Anthony Cañaris of blessed memory, introducing the Orthodox Church, you know, Father Anthony likens the Bible to God's love letters to his people. And I remember the first time I read this, I was 27 years old. I was in a faith-based book study with my priest and a number of other parishioners, and we had this assigned reading, and I want to share it with you. Father Anthony says, "The Bible is more than a love letter. It is a love letter that contains a proposal for marriage from God to you. He wishes to enter into the most intimate possible relationship of love with you. He delivers the proposal to you through the Bible." And then he tells this beautiful true story of Elizabeth Barrett Browning. He says, when Elizabeth Barrett became the wife of Robert Browning, her parents disowned her. They didn't approve of the marriage. And every week for 10 years, she would write a love letter to them, asking them to please try to understand and to try to explain her love for her husband and just to try to reconnect with them. And 10 years later, she received a huge box full of all the letters she had written them, and not one of them had been opened. How heartbreaking. You know, Father Anthony says it's pathetic, and it's crushing to think that somebody is pouring out their heart in this love letter, trying to reconcile with someone they love, and for the chance not even being taken by the receiver of those messages, just shoving those letters away. And Father Anthony likens the Bible to that, you know, and I thought, wow, that really hit me hard. When I read that, I thought, I'm 27 years old. Rarely do I read the Bible. We kiss the Bible. We process the Bible in church. We honor it. But I hadn't taken the time. It was overwhelming to even know where to begin on how to start reading the Bible. Luckily, I had some really good teachers over the years, but at that point, I made it my business to open up the Bible and start to read, and I would like to start to do that with you. And many of you may be reading it already, but I want to go deeper, and I want to go further, and I want to help those who haven't started to get a little familiar with how to use the Bible and where to start. So, starting next week, we will begin a Bible study. I plan to do the Gospel of Mark. It's the shortest gospel, and we should start with Jesus's message in the gospel first. They're the easiest, most familiar, and most powerful stories to get us sort of warmed up as we dive into God's Word, open His love letter to us, and then we'll want to go back again and again and revisit His beautiful words to us. Even when He's correcting us, we'll know it's out of love. Even when He's encouraging us, we know He wants the best for us. And this is what we can find when we open up God's love letters to us. May you have a blessed week, and may God the risen Lord, be in your hearts, in your families' homes. May you feel him and his presence always. God bless.